the richest royal in the world, jailed his former lovers, disowned some of his children, made his dog the chief air marshal, and ordered his courtiers to crawl towards him. This is the King of Thailand, and you can be jailed if you utter a word against him. But why are we talking about the royal family of Thailand today? Thai Prime Minister Srettha has been removed from office. A court ruled he had violated the constitution. The decision has plunged the kingdom into further political uncertainty. The same court dissolved the country's popular progressive Move Forward Party, which won the most seats in last year's election, and banned its leaders from politics for 10 years. Now, you may ask, how is the royal family involved? Let's find out.
I respect the decision, the ruling of the Constitutional Court. I insist that during my 1 year, almost a year in office, I tried to do everything right. I'm sorry that I'd be considered as a Prime Minister who's unethical, but I'd like to insist that I believe that is not who I am.
On the surface, Thailand appears to be stuck in a never-ending cycle. Elections are held in which voters voice demands for change. Those demands are denied by the royalist old guard that has dominated the country for generations. Each of the past several elections, going back to 2005, have resulted in the winning party either being denied its right to form a government, overthrown in a military coup, or otherwise removed from office. So when Thailand's Constitutional Court ordered the dissolution of the country's most popular political party, it seemed like a political stagnation. The verdict meant more upheaval for Thailand's already turbulent political landscape. Over the past 2 decades, dozens of Thai lawmakers have faced bans, parties have been dissolved, and prime ministers have been overthrown in coups or by court decisions, with the judiciary playing a central role in the ongoing battle for power. Ousted PM Srettha's appointment in August 2023 ended 3 months of political deadlock after the elections, but resulted in his Pheu Thai party entering a governing coalition with its longtime military rivals. The case against Srettha was filed in May by a group of 40 military-appointed former senators who sought to remove him from office due to the cabinet appointment of Pikit Chumban, a close aide to former Prime Minister Thaksin Shinawatra. In recent years, Thailand has taken tentative steps toward democracy after a period of political chaos that saw 3 elected governments deposed in 8 years, followed by 10 years of military rule. But a flurry of court challenges has raised the specter of another crisis, with lèse-majesté at the front and center. Thailand's lèse-majesté law, which forbids the insult of the monarchy, is among the strictest in the world. It has been increasingly enforced ever since the Thai military took power in 2014 in a coup, and many people have been punished with harsh jail sentences. Critics say the military-backed government uses the law to clamp down on free speech, and the United Nations has repeatedly called on Thailand to amend it. But the government says the law is necessary to protect the monarchy. Article 112 of Thailand's Criminal Code says anyone who defames, insults, or threatens the king, the queen, the heir apparent, or the regent will be punished with a jail term between 3 and 15 years. This law has remained virtually unchanged since the creation of the country's first criminal code in 1908, although the penalty was toughened in 1976. There is no definition of what constitutes an insult to the monarchy, and critics say this gives the authorities leeway to interpret the law in a very broad way. Lese-majeste complaints can be filed by anyone, against anyone, and they must always be formally investigated by the police. Those arrested can be denied bail, and some are held for long periods in pre-trial detention. The Move Forward Party, which pulled off a stunning election victory in May 2023 with its hugely popular reform agenda, was forced into opposition. 2 months later, in July 2023, conservative senators prevented the Move Forward Party from forming a government over its reform campaign. And now, the Constitutional Court accused the party of undermining the monarchy and ordered it to be disbanded, in a blow to the vibrant progressive movement. Move Forward had proposed radical reforms to capitalize on years of rising anger with how Thailand is governed, including amendments to the country's notoriously strict lèse-majesté laws that criminalize insulting senior members of the royal family. In August 2020, a youth-led protest movement began to sweep across Thailand, calling for constitutional reforms to rein in far-reaching powers of the country's monarchy. Their demands inspired hundreds of thousands of people across Thailand. Student-led groups followed up with a 10-point manifesto, including cuts to the royal budget and repeal of lèse-majesté laws. Over 200 people, including several minors, were charged with royal defamation. For those who managed to get released on bail, their conditional freedom often came along with a hefty bond and vague conditions that limited their freedom of expression and movement. Given the draconian nature of the lèse-majesté law, its arbitrary use, and restrictive bail conditions, some activists who facing charges opted to leave Thailand and sought asylum abroad. It remains to be seen whether this is another monarch crackdown on democracy goft, or is it the beginning of the end for the Thai royalty's hold over its subjects? Has Thailand's royal spell been broken?